Day 2 of Patriots minicamp brought a shift in tempo and tone. No outdoor action this time. The skies weren't cooperating, and Coach Mike Vrabel made the call early. No point in fighting the weather when you've got one of the best indoor facilities in the league, right? So instead of practicing under clouds and drizzle, the Patriots wrapped up their final full field session of minicamp indoors. And let me tell you, the energy was different. Maybe it was the tighter space, maybe it was the fact that this was their last day out there before meetings and film sessions take over. But the defense came alive in a way we hadn't seen yet. They were flying. If day 1 was all about the offense, with Drake May slinging darts, running backs finding space, and receivers pulling off big-time plays, day 2 flipped the script. It was all defense. From the opening snaps, they were aggressive, communicative, and sharp. The pressure came fast and hard, and the secondary looked as synchronized as we've seen in a long time. Sacks were popping up all over the place. Keon White, Clavon Chaisson, Milton Williams, Marcus Jones, everyone seemed to get a piece of the action. It didn't stop there. Christian Gonzalez snagged a highlight reel interception that had everyone talking, and the defensive backs were breaking up passes left and right. Marcus Jones again, Alex Austin, Cam Riley, the depth in that secondary is no joke. Now let's talk about that one play everyone's buzzing about. The pick from Christian Gonzalez. A one-handed snag. That's right, one hand. It happened. During a play where Keon White created pressure right up the gut, Drake May tried to get the ball out quickly, but Gonzo was right there sticking to the receiver like glue, reached out with one arm, and just took the ball out of the air like it was nothing. That's not just talent, that's instincts, timing, confidence, and you could feel it in the building. The defense is starting to click. That secondary is going to be dangerous this season. They're not just trying to keep up with receivers, they're challenging them at every step. And about Keon White, that guy might be the breakout story of this season. He looks ready, physical, relentless, and locked in. If he ends up starting opposite Harold Landry, this pass rush might be a real problem for opposing quarterbacks. And we're not even in pads yet. That's the part that gets you excited. Because if this unit is showing this kind of disruption without contact, imagine what happens when Christian Barmore, Milton Williams, Harold Landry, and White all line up in full gear. That's when things really start to get violent in the trenches. Right now, it's just walk-through speed. No one's finishing tackles or making real hits. But the way this defense is moving, the way they're reacting, it's hard not to get hyped. Of course, some will say, well, it's easier to look good on defense when you're not really hitting. And yeah, that's fair. The offense would argue half those sacks wouldn't count in a live game. The quarterback gets the throw off, maybe the line holds for just another beat, and that's true. But the point here is timing and positioning. These defenders are getting to the right spots consistently. The disruption is real. And when you see someone like Gonzalez making acrobatic picks, that's not about pads, that's about awareness and skill. He's showing why he was such a highly touted pick. And he's making it clear that he's ready to be the anchor of that secondary. Now, shifting a bit to the offense, there are questions starting to pop up about the offensive line. Mike Rice raised it, and it's a valid concern. Will this line hold up when it counts? There are some moving pieces there. Guys like Will Campbell are still adjusting to their roles. Morgan Moses is limited while he rehabs. And yeah, there's some uncertainty at center and left guard. Garrett Bradbury looks locked in at center for now, and he's definitely your starter heading into the season. But I wouldn't mind seeing someone like Jarrett Wilson get a few more snaps at center. He's shown promise, and the more reps he gets, the better he's going to be in understanding protections and making pre-snap calls. Now the left guard spot, that's a bit more open. With Wes Schweitzer unexpectedly retiring, Cole Strange becomes the presumed starter almost by default. But it's not a done deal. He's in a contract year, and the team didn't pick up his 5th-year option. That sends a message. It's now or never for him. He's got to show that he's more than just a body at the position. Tyrese Robinson got a few looks, but he's still raw. Sidney Sow and Jack Conley are there as depth options, but honestly, I'd like to see Jarrett Wilson get a shot here too. He's got the toughness and the football IQ to take on that role if given the chance. And if you've seen the For Foxborough series, you know the staff has high hopes for him. Now let's talk about Stefon Diggs, his first media appearance since that infamous boat video. And as expected, the first thing reporters threw at him wasn't about how he feels being a Patriot or what it's like working with Drake May. Nope. It was all about the incident. What was in the bag? What happened on the boat? Typical. But to Diggs' credit, he handled it with professionalism. You could tell he was annoyed. Who wouldn't be, eh? But he stayed composed. He kept repeating that he doesn't talk about his personal life with people he doesn't know. That he had internal conversations with Coach Vrabel and the team, and that was where it stayed. He must have answered that question 5 different times in 5 different ways, and his answer didn't change once. It was clear, it was calm, and it was final. It's done. Let's move on. And honestly, he's not wrong. Since then, he's been at multiple practices, showing up to OTAs, putting in work. That knee that had people worried. Yeah, he's making cuts, running routes, and doing it all like he's never left. Say what you want about his personality. On the field, the guy is dialed in. And that brings us to something that really matters. What's he bringing to this offense? He said it himself. He's here to win. He's here to keep the main thing, and that's football. He wants to compete, he wants to be the top target, and he wants to contribute from day one. And when asked if he'd be ready for week 1, he didn't hesitate. If it were up to me, I'd be ready. That's the mentality you want. He's not here to coast, he's here to produce. But speaking of Drake May, this wasn't his best day. He looked a little off compared to earlier sessions. Some missed throws, a key interception, and a bit of pressure that seemed to get him out of rhythm. That's okay. That's part of the process. No one expects a rookie to be flawless every day. And up until now, he's been lights out. Completion percentages in the 80s? That's unheard of for a first-year player. Today, he came back to earth a bit. But even so, there were flashes. A connection with Hunter Henry on a cross route where the tight end made a one-handed grab and stride. That's the kind of chemistry you build on. The highlight for the defense, though, was again Christian Gonzalez. Press coverage, fade route, one-handed grab like it was nothing. He's in mid-season form already. That's the kind of player who can erase half the field. And when he's making plays like that against a quarterback with May's potential, it speaks volumes about how ready this defense is. So yeah, Drake May wasn't perfect. But that's the beauty of these early practices. You see where the gaps are, where the pressure points show up. And then you build from there. He's learning the system. You can tell he's starting to feel more comfortable in the McDaniel-style offense. The timing is improving. The reads are getting faster. And once Diggs is cleared for full team drills, that offense is going to start looking very different. Right now, it's mostly trial and error with different receiver groupings, but come training camp, that top 6 will solidify. And once this group could surprise a lot of people. We're not even close to real football yet. Pads haven't gone on. No one's taken a hit. But the pieces are falling into place. There's structure, there's rhythm, and there's buy-in from the guys. Vrabel has set a tone. Intensity without chaos. Confidence without arrogance. And honestly, that's what this team's been missing. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The NFL rumor mill is buzzing, and it seems the New England Patriots might be orchestrating a significant move that could send shockwaves across the league. Whispers from Foxborough suggest that star pass rusher Matt Judon is being actively shopped, with the Patriots reportedly seeking a high draft pick in return. If these murmurs hold true, it would mark a substantial shift in the team's defensive strategy and a clear signal of their intent to rebuild through the draft. JUDON, a Pro Bowl talent, has been a cornerstone of the Patriots' defense since his arrival, consistently pressuring quarterbacks and disrupting opposing offenses. His distinctive red sleeves have become a familiar sight for New England fans, symbolizing his impactful presence on the field. However, in the ever-evolving landscape of the NFL, even key players can become trade assets, especially for teams looking to retool their roster and acquire future capital. The idea of JUDON being traded for a high draft pick is particularly intriguing. This could imply anything from a late first-round selection to a second-rounder, depending on the demand and the Patriots' negotiating leverage. Such a move would provide New England with valuable ammunition in a future draft, allowing them to potentially acquire a top-tier prospect who could contribute for years to come. This aligns with a strategy often employed by teams in a transitional phase, prioritizing long-term development over immediate veteran impact. Speculation is rampant regarding potential landing spots for JUDON. Contending teams in need of an elite pass rusher would undoubtedly be lining up, offering the kind of draft compensation the Patriots are reportedly seeking. A team with a solid core but lacking that one crucial piece on defense could see JUDON as the missing link to a Super Bowl run. His veteran leadership and proven ability to impact games would make him an attractive target for any organization aiming for immediate success. Of course, all of this remains firmly in the realm of rumor and conjecture. NFL teams are notorious for controlling information, and much of the behind-the-scenes activity remains under wraps until official announcements are made. However, where there's smoke, there's often fire, and the persistent chatter surrounding JUDON's potential departure suggests that the Patriots are at least exploring their options. This wouldn't be the first time a Bill Belichick-led team made a surprising move, and it certainly wouldn't be the last. As the offseason progresses, all eyes will be on New England to see if this blockbuster trade truly materializes. If it does, it will undoubtedly be one of the most talked about transactions of the year. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.